Hello! What's going on? It's Jameson Taillon. We're going to profile project him because he's a player on the Yankees. Welcome to the show. It's brought to you by The Warehouse Games, a YouTube channel where you can watch fun stuff. And if you subscribe, you can win money. Jake, you look very nice, and I like you.
James, Zach, BBD recovering right now, RIP. Teeth stuff. That would be the Yankees' official diagnosis.
Bit into a bad apple.
Jameson Taillon, a friend of ours, starting pitcher for the Yankees. Been on Talkin Yanks a few times. I mean, big year coming up for him, right? Him and Joey, we forgot to mention in the last episode. I think it's contract years, right?
I talked a lot about how the shift wasn't coming back and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, contract year for Taillon.
Who, man, when you talk about a starting pitcher with his
pedigree,
arm caliber, pedigree, great words by us. If he shoves this year, he'll be in line for a boatload of money, and let's root for that, huh? Coming
off a lot of injuries, cancer scares, everything that you could go through, he has been through. He's going to be in his 30-year-old season, which for a pitcher isn't the pitchers age differently than players, but he pitched 29 games. He started 29 games last year, 144 innings. If he can have consistency again going into his free agent year, it's going to be huge for him personally and huge for the Yankees. So I am excited that he is seemingly very close to full strength going into spring training, going to break camp, part of the rotation, because we didn't fully expect that. Last year, we talked about his last year with him on here. He was faltering and finding his way a little bit, trying to change his arm slot, his pitch mix, and all that stuff. Had a really, really bad outing, and from there kicked into a gear, and for 2 months was one of the best starters in baseball. Got hurt. Was our game 162 pitcher, which he was very proud of.
Yeah.
Getting the ball on that last day in a pennant race, and he performed well. I'm excited for Taillon. I am. I think he's got a very fun pitch mix and the way he pitches when he's right.
He finished the season so strong. We've talked about that infamous Philly start where things fell apart, and he talked about that on here with us. His last 14 starts, 11-3 with a 3.25 ERA. He really got it going. You can butter knife even better stats than that. Man, JMO, he feels like one of the guys that if we're sitting here at the end of the year saying the New York Yankees had a really nice season, he's a guy that has to be a part of that. It just feels like he does. 6'5", 230, former number 2 overall pick, excuse me. Man, if he can be stable in this rotation, giving them a quality chance to win every 5th day, it really changes the entire outlook of the Yankee season. Because you assume Garrett's going to Garrett. The Yankees also probably need that Sevy guy to be pretty high level. Monty's Monty, and Taillon, you know, there's a high-end version of Taillon, and there's probably a tier below that. If he's that high-tier version, man, that Yankees pitching staff, I know sometimes we come in low on it, and we've talked about the offseason, and they haven't made a ton of moves. If Jameson Taillon can be, you know, a good chunk of his potential and ability, the Yankees rotation can be really good. And, man, go JMO, go. That fastball's so fun. That was his only pitch for a while.
I mean, yeah, you look at it last year, he threw his fastballs, four-seam fastball, 49% of the time. That's pretty high. The most he had thrown it before was 35%, the four-seam. He was a two-seam guy. At one point, he threw it 42, but even then, 49 is the most he's ever thrown a fastball. The slider was next at 20 and the curveball at 19. So it was really depending on who he was pitching to. The righties got the slider. The lefties got the curveball. The changeup wasn't really there. I do wonder if that changes, if he likes the fastball but is able to mix in the other pitches better or more. At times he didn't have a put-away pitch because the fastball isn't that's what he would get ahead with the fastball and then try to go to the other pitches, and they were getting rocked. That's kind of what happened in that Phillies game, if I remember correctly. And then he decided, shit, I just need to kind of pitch backwards and use the fastball as the put-away pitch, which it was his highest put-away percentage, 21% put-away for the fastball, slider way down, and the rest. I guess this changeup was good, but he didn't throw the changeup a lot, so he was finding it a lot. I'm interested to see what the arsenal is for him.
And hey, let's do if we're doing a positive spin zone, the dude came off of double TJ, hadn't really pitched in 2 years, and threw 140 innings to the tune of a 4.3 ERA while being knocked around for a period of time. Like, if Jameson Taillon is fully healthy and he found a new arm slot and he's been working on his arsenal, like, there is room for Jameson Taillon to get closer to his obvious best season. It stands out on his page. 32 starts, 3-2 with Pittsburgh in 2018. Now, that's an incredible season. I'm not expecting that in any way out of Jameson Taillon. But I mean, if he could give us 30 starts to the tune of a 3.5, I think that's in the realm. I mean, we expected this guy to be the guy the Yankees were conservative with last year, and they ended up not. They ended up leaning on him harder than like anyone else.
Do you want him to go deep into games? What is your ideal? Like, say we want the 28 to 30 starts, like the full season. Obviously, for every starting pitcher, you're going to want that. Do you like 144 is kind of low for a guy that had 29 starts? I think that's an average of 6 or a little under 6.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an average of 5.
Early on, I think he's got 3 of his April starts. He didn't get 5 innings. And, he was coming back, 74 type pitches. I think that was some safety precaution stuff. I don't necessarily need JMO to be an innings eater. I need him to be good. Is that stupid?
So if he's mostly 5 and fly, you're okay? Because if we're leaning on starters and a little more, and he is, I mean, we don't have like that. It was supposed to be Kluber last year, and they're kind of searching for this guy to be like, and I don't know if Sevy's going to be because he's returning. I don't know. I think I'd like him to average out higher there on the innings. I think the innings would be a nice bump just so the bullpen doesn't have to go 4. On average, the bullpen had to pitch 4 innings JMO start last year, which is how baseball's going.
Right.
I understand that.
Right.
But,
and a lot of those starts there's a lot of April, May in the early ones, and like his final October Rays start is in there. His start before that, where he also got hurt against the Jays. So I think that number does get pushed a little bit.
I'd like it to bounce up. I'd like it to be like 160.
13 starts of 5.1 innings or more. Yeah, if he can move that needle a little bit, I need him to be good. Like the Yankees bullpen, there's guys in there that can get outs. Obviously saving the bullpen and where are the guys like Mike King and when does Domingo come back? The swing guys, we see how that affects a season. I mean, Jameson Taillon is a proud starting pitcher, like 2nd overall pick. This dude is a dude and can be a dude. So, yeah, I guess I need him to be good. If he can bust those out on the right day and give us a 7-2 and 8, awesome.
He's never like been bad when healthy, so I'm not too worried about that. That's why I'm saying I'm expecting him to be good, and then what to level up a little bit would just be like, let's get like more 6 innings and like more saving the pen and handing leads off happily. If I'm just asking for one level more.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, last year, 29 starts off the double TJ. I mean, I think if you told me he would give us that season last year, I think I would have signed off on it. The 100 ERA plus, it's, it does that, but knowing his struggles in the early parts of the year, he's a career 3.82 guy. So, like, this guy who should have more control of what his body is able to do and his arsenal this year. man, if his ERA can land around his career 3.82 or even better, I mean, that really changes the outlook of the Yankee season. Because how many Yankee seasons now have ended with us saying, like, God, what the hell is this playoff rotation going to look like? And that's kind of also the goal here for JMO. Like, my goal for Jameson Taillon would
be in the rotation.
Like, yeah, if this team is playing a full-blown playoff series, I want to say, okay, whether it is game 2 or 3, you know, we haven't talked Sevy yet, but I need to say, like, I'm glad Jameson Taillon is getting the ball that day.
I like just like being part of the playoff plan is a good goal for him. He was better at home last year. I like that. I'm trying to look again at like rivals. The Red Sox, he was really good against. He got 3 starts, 17 innings pitched with a 2 ERA. So that's really good. Did not allow a home run to a Red Sox batter last year. So I like that.
Okay.
And then Toronto, not great. Toronto. 2 starts, lost both of them, or 3 starts, 0-2, 13 innings pitched, 13 hits, 6.2 ERA in that sample.
Toronto and the Rays clipped him. I mean, hey, depending what time you faced him last year, you were seeing a very different guy. So,
yeah. Although I do believe, no, it was Oakland and the Angels that got him. But that was like when he was hurt in the leg.
Be a rock, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's such a rude ask.
If he pitches like a 3, just gets the ball and gives you a chance, I'll be so happy.
Yeah.
I think he's better than that.
Because that's the thing. Like, if Severino has ups and downs next year, that makes sense, right? Dude hasn't pitched a full season in a while.
Yeah.
Monty, his career has kind of been ups and downs that end up landing in a solid place. I kind of need Taillon to be Cole, obviously the bar is set up there. Taillon, it's a brutal ask for any starting pitcher, but that guy's kind of got to be like The Rock. Sean Connery. You know?
I know, a little bit. What does Baseball Reference say he's going to do?
Baseball Reference says that my guy, Jameson Taillon.
I'm ready for them to be bullshit over here.
62% reliability, so
okay,
a little lower than
they're ready themselves.
Yes. They project him to have 132 innings with a 4.3 ERA.
Don't like any of that.
Yeah, little below a strikeout an inning, 6 hit by pitches.
6 hit by pitches?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It would be his highest ERA. Well, it's his matching ERA to last year. So a little lazy computer, I'm going to be honest with you.
Super lazy.
And less innings than last year, so.
Boo!
Yeah, boo that.
Let's show the random video. See what this says. This is more accurate. This is a more accurate test than what they're saying.
This test works.
Show random video. Jameson Taillon ball to Alex Gordon. But it might be a good pitch. That's what we don't know
It's
yet.
an 0-2 pitch.
Oh, so yeah.
So that's
probably
great.
A chase pitch. That's
it's a
backdoor
great pitch.
slider.
Oh.
That is a great 0-2 pitch. We can't see the next pitch here, but probably Kate him.
This is a nice little slider.
Alex Gordon, Jameson Taillon.
Love that pitch.
2018
by Gordon.
I mean, I'll find out what happened in this at bat. September 19th. There's no way he didn't strike him out on the next pitch. What inning are we in?
I've got a question.
Yeah.
If JMO gives us a $165 innings last year, and the ERA lands at like 4.3 again, where do you think we stand?
A little bummed out?
Just a little bummed out. Because it feels like it could be better. What are you looking at here? You're back on the Alex Gordon vid.
Alex Gordon hits a double in this at-bat.
Jimmy.
Deep to right field on the 1-2 pitch.
Jimbo.
So I don't know.
But we didn't get that video, dude. That's not how the random video works.
You're right. I kind of spoiled it, so maybe we should just do another.
What the fuck was that?
Use that
here's another
as
ball.
inspiration.
2-2.
to try to add another
Kind of like
pitch.
that pitch too, though.
It's not a bad
Use that
pitch.
as inspiration to try to add another pitch.
And I mean, that's Matt Carpenter in his prime. Like, you don't want to give him something over the dish there.
Yeah. Nah, 2-2. I won't look to see what happened on the next pitch.
No.
Probably got him out, is my guess. Do we have an over-under for J-Mo?
I will double check.
Jake's going to double check real quick. Did we do one for Gallo?
We were dancing all around it. It was on base and homers. Like, that was kind of the discussion. How about this? Let's do ERA. 4-1.
Under.
4-0.
Under.
Huge. That's all I need.
Okay. I'm at 387.
Okay. I saw that, but it was just a little different.
How would you say?
I saw 386, but I didn't check the next decimal. It was an 8. So it would be 387.
A little confused by the math there. I didn't see decimals at all. I only see decibels.
Decibels, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Thought we'd end up
kind of
there.
a volume guy. That's why I want the more innings. Wordplay. It's the end of the show, guys. We'll see you next time on Talkin' Yanks.
And that's what's popping.
My dog sleeps with his tongue slightly out.